shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes. Hold your breath, it gets better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far, but I can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a surprise.
With new horizons to
Every moment red letters.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
The thrilling chase.
A wondrous place for you and me.
Yeah. Thank you, Samir and MK. That was a fantastic performance. Hopefully we'll be seeing you later on in the show. Hi, I'm Tom Warburton, and welcome to Time Tunnel TV. Today on our show we're going to have Walt Disney, the fantastic Walt Disney, joining us here on the couch. And what we'll do is we'll see you in just a few minutes so you can see who he is.
Try to imagine a world without Walt Disney. Can you? A world without his magic and optimism. I can't, and I'm pretty sure that you can't either. I've been attracted by this question to know better how the greatest magic that we call Walt Disney has started. Walter Elias Disney was born in 1901 in Chicago. Walt had a very early interest in drawing and art. For him, drawing was an escape to the world of imagination. There, he discovered animation, a new field wide and open with no limits. At the age of 22, Walt created the Alice Comedies, which was about a real girl and her adventures in an animated world. He went to Hollywood for developing his first creation. This creation took him to the top of Hollywood and made him build his own animation studio. This company would become one of the largest media and entertainment corporations in the world. Walt felt the need to develop a new character that would be based on a mouse he had adopted as a pet. This new character soon became his best friend and would be named as Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney began his magic in 1938 when the first animated feature full-length and Technicolor Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was released.
The greatest animated motion picture of all time is back in theaters.
How do you do?
How do you do what? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
The film made Walt and his company the masters of the animation industry. From that moment, their life was about to change. During the next 5 years, Disney released other animated classics, such as Pinocchio, Dumbo, and Bambi. One day, Walt Disney had a vision. It was a vision of a place where children and parents could have fun together. The more Walt dreamed of a magical park, the more realistic it became. The original plans for the park were for 8 acres. Walt Disney came up with new ideas all the time. It was soon clear that 8 acres wouldn't be enough. He needed spaces to build rivers, waterfalls, and mountains. Disney would have flying elephants and giant teacups, all inside a magic kingdom he would name Disneyland. The search for the best spot finally ended in Anaheim, California. The construction of Disneyland was something that had never been done before. There would be 5 uniquely different lands: Main Street USA, Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, and Fantasyland, that was created with the goal to make dreams come true, from the lyrics of When You Wish Upon a Star. The opening day in 1955 was a day to remember. 28,000 tickets holders were storming the Magic Kingdom. There was a memorable ceremony when Disney could tell his audience how one's vision could become a world of imagination that can be touched by human hands. 10 years after the opening day, 50 million visitors had come through the gates, including presidents, kings, and queens. Walt Disney World is the largest and the most visited park in the universe. Walt Disney became one of the most successful people in America. He received 59 Academy Award nominations, won 26 Oscars, and also won 7 Emmy Awards. After many years of chain-smoking cigarettes, Walt Disney was diagnosed with lung cancer. In 1966, Walter Elias Disney found his death. The unexpected death of Disney brought a disturbance between the animators, who wanted to continue making films. One of the main animators tried to look for new young talents to bring fresh blood to the industry. This began the training of a whole new generation of animators that would bring animation to new heights. More than 20 years had passed since the company brought us new heights of great classics. In those times, Disney's animators couldn't find magical materials on the earth, so they looked for new stuff under the sea. Walt Disney released The Little Mermaid, which was known as the beginning of the Renaissance era. After The Little Mermaid, Disney brought other successful films such as The Beauty and the Beast, which was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture, Aladdin, and The Lion King. Walt Disney is a legend. Walt Disney did a lot to touch hearts, minds, and emotions of millions. Walt Disney will always be for me a man with a simple mission: to put smiles on people's faces. We are all affected by him, and the way we all live, think, and dream is shaped by him. Walt Disney brought us closer to the future by his creations. His world of imagination is waiting for all of us. Now, after I finish this project, I know that behind flying next to the Big Bang during moonlight, whirring on the Pride Rock, and splashing with mermaids, there is a legend. And this legend is called Walt Disney.
I hope that jogged your memory a little bit. And yes, he is here in our studio today, the magnificent Walter Disney.
Oh, hi. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, guys.
Hi, Walter. How
Hi.
was your journey today?
It was really magical, like most of my life's been. There's a little sprinkle of Tinkerbell's magic dust, you know, and poof, I'm here.
There you are. So
it's amazing, really.
Well, you're a film producer, a director, a screenwriter,
Yes,
voice
yeah,
animator,
that's true.
a voice actor,
All those
an
things,
entrepreneur.
yes.
How did you have time to do all this?
Well, basically, I had a whole bunch of guys doing it for me, and a few ladies too. It was a really great time. I had a great crew, and that's what you got to be. Teamwork, you know, teamwork like you guys. A good cast, and then you've got yourself a production, you know. It was tough in the early days, I have to say it was, because nobody believed we could do it, you know. And who the hell wants to see a comic animation about a mouse, you know? So it took a little while, but I understood kids, you know. I really understood children, and that was my greatest quality. I actually understood what kids love, because I'm really just a kid inside.
Yeah.
But the good upside of that was it made me a lot of money.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, you got very far in life with it. So during the war, you worked for the Red Cross.
I did indeed, yes, that's true.
You know, how did you get into it? And when you were a little too young to join?
Well, I didn't really like the idea of killing people. No, which, as you can see from my movies, I like children and I like the good things in life. So I'm a pacifist and decided the best thing I could do to avoid killing people was trying to help them. So I joined the Red Cross, and so, but you had to be, there's a lot of brave guys and girls out there in the Red Cross who got killed as well, and I was lucky, I was fortunate, and it was a good feeling to be able to help people, but there were some terrible things. The war was a terrible time,
It was, it was an awful time.
Yeah.
But as well, talking of the war, people assumed you were a Nazi.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say to me.
Was there any
That's a
evidence?
terrible thing to say to me.
It is.
That's nearly as bad as saying you're a communist.
I do apologise. I don't mean to offend you at all.
I didn't come all this way back here from my little Disney World up in, well, I'm not really keen on heaven, The way they designed it, I had words with that guy,
The boss, the god.
yeah. And he just has no sense of design. Heaven is real dump, I knew exactly what to do. So I set up my own little place just below there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, he's there, okay, bad design. Yeah. I'm here, and I've recreated my own little Disney heaven. Oh, and nice. So I'm finding that a lot of people go up there, get there, disappointed, look at what I've done, and then they say, I'd rather go with Walt. So in many ways, I suppose, I am God. Yeah, I am God.
So just in
he won't be pleased to hear me say that.
No, he won't be.
Yeah.
Won't be too impressed, to be honest.
But God's supposed to be a designer, and look at the mess he's made of this place. Seriously, if you believe in God, tell him, for God's sakes, get yourself some design lessons. What do people want? He's made such a shit tip of this world. Leave it to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to leave it there. We'll come back to you in a little later on.
I hope so.
Well, thanks for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk a little later on in the show. But now we're joined by Salvi in Studio Ed to fill us in with the news.
I'll be fine. Oh! Hello and welcome to Ed News.
We didn't even get a
Today's stories, today's stories are: a TV shop should be opening soon. Williams TV store has been licensed to sell colour TVs. Hundreds of people will be rushing to the store and to grab theirs. You should too. Today in international news, India has broken its allegiance with Britain and the Commonwealth and has come to their own rule and has become independent. They will now be split into two countries known as India and Pakistan. Let's hope that goes well. Also, it's 1966. England has won the World Cup. They have finally won after many years of trying. Let's hope this carries on into further World Cups. Major work has been going on inside the Disneyland Resort. Thousands of people are gathering to show their support for their nations and troops outside the resort. But for more on the story, we go to Sadaf Ali reporting to us from outside Disneyland.
Alright, thanks for that. I'm here reporting from outside Walt Disney's theme park. This used to be a fun place for thousands of children meeting their characters they loved in their Disney movies, but today it has been transformed into making emblems for the troops that are fighting against the war to protect our country. Disney himself has said, we will make educational films on the war to educate the children and hope that this war will end soon. Thousands of men have died saving our country. They will be remembered forever, and our condolences go out to their family and friends. I'm Sadaf Ali, and it's back to the studio.
Thanks, Sadaf. Thanks to everyone who wants to show their support for the troops. If you want to show your support monetarily, you can go and buy a poppy from your nearest convenience store. All right, thanks for listening. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, as I said, we'll see more. We've said we'll see more of you in this show. So here he is again. It's Mr. Walt Disney.
Hi, great to be back again.
So as we briefly,
Really nice.
so as we mentioned briefly before,
A lot of people think I'm gay, but I'm just a bit camp, really, you know. And
Just
it's I like the shirts, you know, it's good, you know. But yeah, it's nice.
I mean, you've let your hair go a bit. and
Yeah,
then-
that's true. It's kind of sunny. I make sure that the sun's always on where I am. I like night, but I have a big button, and I can press, and it goes boop, and suddenly the moon comes out, and the fireworks go, and Tinkerbell slides down that lovely. Well, she flies up there for real. But you know, that place is packed where I am. You know, because I know how to treat people.
Yeah.
Entertainment, that's me.
As you mentioned before, Mickey Mouse, you very briefly mentioned him. He is one of your most well-known characters. How did
Indeed.
you think of him?
Well, we where I live, we were very poor, being an immigrant, you know, and my house was full of rats. But there was one mouse that kind of I fell in love with, and that became my little pet. And I thought, what can I do with this? We were pretty hungry, and I thought maybe I can get some comic books. And we made some comic books, and eventually I thought films, maybe, yeah. But nobody believed that I could entertain people with a stupid-looking mouse. And people fell in love with him, and the rest is history, ain't it?
Well, you know, talking about your death, you used to smoke. You know, this gave you cancer. Do you regret smoking at all? You know, what
you
advice would
young
give to children
guys
about that?
and ladies and kids out there, don't just take a leaf out of my book and pack in that smoking, because if you're still smoking now, you are stupid, really stupid, because they had to cut me open and take a whole lung out of there, and man, that wasn't nice. So if you do smoke, you're just stupid.
Yeah, so for all you smokers out there.
That's true, because, you know, people thought I was going to live forever. Walt Disney, even I thought I was going to live forever. But it ain't true.
No.
You fill your smoke into your lungs and you're just going to die.
Yeah, well, it got you quite young, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a bad thing. And I never got to see my Disney World open properly because I died the year before. A lot of people said they were going to freeze me in cryogenic suspension, you know, like in a big fridge. And I kind of liked the idea of that. And the idea was that when they got a cure for cancer, they'd thaw me out and sort me out. But that didn't happen.
No.
So I died.
Oh. Well, you know, are you happy with the success Disney's made now since you've left? And
Like those
carried on?
two very talented people, they just sang a beautiful song, and that's the kind of thing. We have cable where I am now, and I've been seeing all these films lately, and they're pretty good, I have to admit. You know, they're carrying on the tradition, not entirely as I'd like it, but they're doing some good things there, and well done, you guys. You keep at it, you youngsters.
So, when you passed the world, you left an icon of animation, and you're presented with a star in the Hall of Fame. You know, if you didn't know, what do you think of this for getting the star?
Well, when you're famous, you people have got to know it. You know, I mean, why not shout about it? You know, and it's there it is. It's really nice to see how famous I am.
Yeah.
I think I have to say it. I'm a kind of humble type of guy. But I think in terms of, as I mentioned earlier, God, Walt, I think if we had a vote up there, I think I'd probably get more votes than God these days. You see, learn to design, God. You know, you just don't understand entertainment.
Oh, when you were younger, did you want to be a designer? Did you want to be an animator when you were a lot younger?
Yeah, I wanted to make money. That's really what I wanted, to make money, yeah.
No, it's all about making money these days.
Well, it's about making people happy.
Yeah.
And I think I did that.
It's not always about the money.
Yeah, did you see my films when you were a little boy?
I did. I was a huge fan of them all.
Really?
I was.
Well,
Aladdin
there
was
you
my
go,
favourite.
you see, yeah. Have you been to my Disneyland?
I've been to Paris.
Oh, man, Paris never has the sunshine. You got to go to California.
Oh, I want to. That's the plan
right.
for a few years.
Well, you get yourself a little boy, get yourself married, get at least 5 kids, and take them to my Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I guarantee you're going to cry. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, a little bit of advertising there.
It's a good reason to have children.
Yeah. No, it is. It definitely.
It is.
Yeah,
it
so I'd
is.
love to take them there.
And do not be afraid to cry, young man. Male men should cry more often. That's why. Watch my films.
Advice from Walt
Let
Disney.
your emotions out. Don't try and be a big macho man.
I'm going to have to stop you there, Walt. Thank you for joining us again. Thanks for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It certainly is.
Yeah,
Would
you're
you like to be in my next
Go on, guys. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
So for their second performance is Samaya and MK. Do you want to take it away, guys?
Take it away, ye youngsters.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes. Hold your breath, it gets better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a surprise.
Horizons
Every
to
moment
pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
Thrilling chase.
A wondrous place for you and me.